So, Nintendo weren't kidding when they said that they'd be posting news updates to their Nintendo Today app. They just dropped the release date for the Zelda movie out of the blue, the 26th of March 2027. Maybe I'm just used to long waits as a Zelda fan, but this is actually a lot sooner than I expected, and it means that we'll start to hear more news about this film really soon, like casting choices and eventually trailers. I don't expect to see anything in the upcoming Switch 2 Direct next week, which I'd imagine would be exclusively about the system, its features, and its games. But outside of that, it's now open season. I'd expect to see Zelda movie news dropped in upcoming Nintendo Directs, and, it seems, through the Nintendo Today app. So, with the knowledge that we'll be seeing this thing in less than 2 years, let's run through everything we currently know for sure about the Zelda movie. The original announcement of the Zelda movie was back in November of 2023. Zelda series creator and Nintendo legend Shigeru Miyamoto explained that the film will be produced by himself and Avi Arad, the producer behind projects like most of the recent Spider-Man films. It'll be financed mainly by Nintendo, but also by Sony, who will handle the distribution. Despite these collaborations, it seems that Nintendo, through Miyamoto, will keep tight control of the film's production. An interview with Sony Pictures chairman Tom Rothman clarified that the movie is being developed and made in the closest possible collaboration with Shigeru Miyamoto. He's a true genius in that world, and it's really his strong vision that is motivating it. He created it and understands it thoroughly. You only have to look at the results of Super Mario Bros. To see. The film will be directed by Wes Ball, the man behind the recent Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes and the Maze Runner trilogy of films. Wes Ball has dreamed of bringing Hyrule to the big screen for at least 15 years. Back in 2010, he tweeted, "Since I could never even hope to have the chance to direct it, the next big mocap Avatar-like movie should be The Legend of Zelda." So it doesn't seem like a totally wild pick. Wes Ball clearly has passion for the series. In an interview with The Direct, he said that, "Legend of Zelda, to me, is one of the most important things ever in my life. You know, next to Star Wars. I've played Legend of Zelda throughout my childhood into my adulthood. I'm a fan. I'm a fellow fan. I will go to the ends of the earth to make sure that this is the movie we all hope it will be." And in a different interview with Comic Book, Wes Ball said that, "I grew up on playing that game since I was a kid. You know, it's super important to me. I mean, that transported me to worlds that occupy my imagination forever. It's part of my DNA, so I'm a giant fan." And when talking to Entertainment Weekly, he explained, "It's going to be awesome. My whole life has led up to this moment. I grew up on Zelda, and it is the most important property, I think, that's untapped IP. So we very much are working hard to do something. We're not just trying to do it because we can. We want to make something really special." So I'm personally excited to see what Wes Ball cooks up. It does seem like the Zelda series is genuinely really important to him, and has been since at least 2010. It does seem that the Zelda movie is in the hands of an actual Zelda fan, someone who understands what the series is and why it resonates with so many people. However, one decision has left the Zelda community quite divided. The Zelda movie will be live action. As in featuring real-life actors. For years, many Zelda fans expressed the desire to see an animated Zelda movie, something in the style of Miyazaki's Studio Ghibli, for example. But no, it's live action. We'll be seeing real actors portray iconic characters like Link and Princess Zelda. Regarding the choice to go for live action, Wes Ball noted that the Zelda movie would be this awesome fantasy adventure movie that isn't like Lord of the Rings, it's its own thing. I've always said I would love to see a live-action Miyazaki. That wonder and whimsy that he brings to things, I'd love to see something like that. It'll be a difficult line to tread. The Zelda series is so fantastical, so exaggerated in many respects, that it could be tough to blend its particular flavour of fantasy with live actors. To bring Hyrule to life on the big screen, it'll necessarily involve a lot of visual effects, which is something that Wes Ball is particularly experienced with. Ball is not just a film director, but a VFX and graphic artist himself. His 2003 student film, A Work in Progress, is what got him out to Hollywood, and then a short film he produced with his VFX company, called Ruin, is what won him the job on Maze Runner. In particular, Wes Ball uses the Unreal Engine as an integral part of his filmmaking process, allowing him to create digital environments and lighting exactly the way he imagines it. In particular, he's made extensive use of motion capture, or mocap, and has been even long before directing the most recent Planet of the Apes film, which obviously makes extensive use of this technology. In 2018, he tweeted, "Totally falling in love with mocap inside a real-time environment. We're not far at all from movies and TV being rendered entirely in game engine." In a way, a film rendered entirely in a digital engine, with mocapped actors, could still be described as live action. But it doesn't seem that this will be the case for the Zelda movie. When asked by Polygon about the possibility of an entirely mocapped version of The Legend of Zelda, he replied that it probably isn't his choice, and said that the project needs to feel more grounded and real. So, with Wes Ball at the helm, I'm expecting the Zelda movie to be a visually stunning blend of real actors, at least for the more human characters, in mostly digitally rendered environments, with Ball himself responsible for a lot of the design work, probably done in Unreal Engine. In fact, I'd wager that Ball's proficiency for visual effects, as well as his obvious love for the Zelda series, is what landed him the role here. He seems like the perfect choice to bring a world as vibrant as Hyrule to the big screen. But the Zelda movie won't succeed on visuals alone. It requires landing the tone just right. It needs to take itself seriously and convey some of the series' core themes: adventure and exploration, loneliness and loss, and most importantly, courage in the face of adversity. In another interview, Wes Ball said that, "I've been thinking about it for a long freaking time, of how cool a Zelda movie would be. I want to fulfill people's greatest desires. I know it's important, this franchise, to people, and I want it to be a serious movie, a real movie that can give people an escape. It's got to feel like something real, something serious and cool, but fun and whimsical." Zelda games are often about setting Link against impossible odds, an epic, dangerous quest embarked upon by a young, unassuming hero. For the Zelda movie to work, it needs to take its story and its world seriously enough to convey the danger Link is in, to have him bravely face a seemingly insurmountable task. Link is the symbol of Hyrule's hope. He forgoes his own needs and his own life for the sake of the wider world, and this needs to come across well for the movie to land. So there's a quick summary of what we know so far about the Zelda movie. It feels quite strange to have a firm release date, less than 2 years from now, and still know so little about the film itself, which is all the more reason that I believe that we'll start to get information very soon. I'm incredibly excited, and the confirmation of a release date has only made me more so. This series means so much to me. I've played these games my entire life, and now we're truly seeing Zelda grow up, making the jump to the mainstream. After 2027, to a significant number of people, this film will be the first thing they think of when they hear Zelda, which in many ways is quite nerve-wracking. A bad Zelda movie might sour the mainstream opinion on the series, at least for a while. But on the other hand, a good Zelda movie, A genuinely entertaining, emotionally satisfying, action-packed live-action fantasy adventure movie could catapult the series to new heights, with a film that manages to do what seems to be impossible and capture the magic of the games. I'm cautiously optimistic. I do believe that the movie is in safe hands with Wes Ball, and I just can't wait to see what he creates. What are your thoughts on the Zelda movie? Are you excited or nervous to see the series make the jump to the big screen? And what do you think about the release date? Is it sooner or later than you expected? Let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, leave a like or subscribe if you haven't already for more Zelda content, both on the movie and the games themselves. Cheers guys, and I'll see you next time.
Dug the old tweet up, huh?